there's ways around that. I'm sure that there are things that we can do that will mitigate that. It's like I'm trying to remember what office it is where they've decided that they're going to be closing at lunch. And it's the kind of government of Guam operation where people need to go there. And the only time they've got is on their lunch break to go and get it done. And I'm just saying that we need to. This is the problem here. Is it's like the government, the people work for the government, not the other way around. I mean, how many people are we talking about with this training? Is this something we could break up and do in
sessions?
Yeah, in a couple of sessions. It's frustrating. And there's the word that I'm going to use. All right, let me get into something happier. Celebrity birthdays. Include from Sex and the City, and I think she was the only one that I thought was cute, Kristen Davis. Is that the brunette?
The brunette, yes.
Yeah, okay. Because all of the rest of them, and it might be an unpopular thing to say, but the rest of them I thought were homely, except for Kim Cattrall.
There you go.
Yeah, the rest, the desperate
Kim was naughty,
and the desperate housewives, kind of the same thing. I just thought, not worth getting in trouble for. Anyway, so happy 61st birthday to Kristen Davis. I know some women just absolutely love that show and couldn't swear to live without it. Comedian Aziz Ansari from Parks and Recreation is 43 years old.
He's a funny guy.
He is a funny guy. Yeah. And Emily Blunt.
Oh.
Sicario, right?
Mary Poppins Returns. I'm just gonna say, I was ready to hate the idea of another Mary Poppins movie, and my daughter forced me to watch it, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was standing by for woke nonsense and didn't get any of that, and it was a good yarn, and it was a good yarn, well told, and so I was very, very surprised. And also, Emily Blunt is a hottie, so happy 43rd birthday to her. And you're not ready for this. But do you remember the Tom Cruise movie, The War of the Worlds?
Oh, yes.
And he was trying to save the boy and the girl
daughter,
and get him to the mom's house. Little daughter, Dakota Fanning.
Was it sucking all the blood out of the human beings?
Yes. Dakota Fanning is 32 years old now.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say 50.
As I said, you were not prepared to hear that. You were not prepared to hear the notion that, driving. She's out of college.
Oh, my gosh.
Dakota Fanning
has got a mortgage.
32 years old.
Similar to the kid from Jerry Maguire, you know?
Oh,
do you remember?
Yeah.
You know,
he looks older than Tom Cruise. I've seen recent pictures. I'm serious. The guy looks. Google it. The guy looks older than Tom Cruise.
He let himself go.
He let himself go. I don't know. All right. If you're looking for something to celebrate today, let me see. At 8:42, it's Banana Bread Day.
Nice.
Ooh, that's good.
I have in my freezer a bunch of bananas that I wasn't able to eat, but I didn't want to throw them away, so I took the skin out and I put the bananas I promised myself that I was going to one day fix up some banana bread for my own self, and I think I put those in there sometime during COVID.
Ooh.
Still good, right?
Definitely.
Definitely. But I swear, it's one of those things. Don't throw it away. You can make banana bread out of that. And then I just sometimes I'll go to the Payless and just get like some bananas and just throw them right in the trash. Just throw them right in the trash. Just as soon as I get home, because I'm probably not going to eat them. I've got a bag of salad from the last time I went to Payless. Your Payless up in Sedona. I got a bag of salad. What was that? A week and a half ago?
Freeze them.
You can freeze that?
The bananas.
The bananas. Yeah, that's what I mean. I freeze them, but I don't do anything with them. And I might as well just throw the bag of salad in the trash the same day I buy it, because my good intentions don't always translate into, hey, I'm going to have a salad. It's also Diesel Engine Day. And to the degree that virtually nothing happens on Guam unless at some point it is put on or near a vehicle that is powered by diesel. You're in the transportation business. You know all about that. Something is going to pull in at the harbor, and the only way that it's going to get into the store, the restaurant, is on the bed of a flatbed run by a diesel truck. So let's hear it for all the diesel engine guys, the drivers, and all of the diesel engine mechanics that are out there. You are the reason why I've got access to anything to eat, period. And cold beer.
Yeah.
Got it? Yeah.
Thank you, too.
Amen. It's International Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day.
There we go.
I like dog biscuits.
You tried those?
What?
They're like cookies.
Yes.
No.
No,
Ray, don't.
Yes, you can. If the dog can eat it, you can eat it too. So I do this as almost when Ann was and they were running the Carabao, right? They've got that spot outside, and there's some place they got water for the dogs, and there's always dog biscuits and stuff like that. So I'll pick up a dog biscuit and start eating it, and people going, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
Savage.
But you can eat them. They're not great. I mean, it's not like Oreos or anything like that, but they're they're still edible. And you only need to eat one once to really. I think it impresses the chicks. I think it's one of those things. You're sweaty from the Southern Mountain Gear Run. Oh, there's Southern Mountain Gear Run tonight. FYI, so you could be there about 5:45, and they'll hit the road about 6, and by 6:30 or so, everybody should be ready to go and have a beer someplace. And finally, it's Play Tennis Day. It's there should be a thing, and Torgan Smith in the building with me with Coach Ryan last week talking about the big tennis thing that they've got there. The whole campus up in Dedito had an open house, and technically it's always an open house. So if you got ideas about wanting to get your kids into sport, as most parents do, don't forget to try out tennis. I mean, obviously there's judo, and then there's the soccer cult that you can get the kids into. You're laughing, but it's true.
It's true.
And basketball for the kids is fun, but don't forget that there is tennis, and this is a sport that they can play for the rest of their lives and make among the best friends that they're ever going to have. 8:46 in the morning. Charlie, you got anything else?
No. One of the things about jingles, real quick. Have you heard Jeff Pyroscope's jingle, the half hour jingle that he has?
I did not. Send me a copy of it.
You got it. You got it.
Send me a copy. Is it AI generated?
I believe there was a little bit of that.
A little bit of AI generation,
but it's
like the one that we did for Pika's best mayor. What's his name? See, Jess Alec.
Yes.
Do I have that? Is it ready to go? Can I cue that thing up in a play?
Sir.
Okay, here's Mayor Jess Alec's own. There.
Mayor Jesse, Pika's best mayor. Hey, Mayor Jesse, Pika's best mayor.
And it goes on for some reason. I'm not sure. I asked it to do one for Uncle Si.
Yeah?
Uncle Si, our favorite power guy.
That's great.
Is what I told it to
listen
do. But the first 20 seconds that I heard when I auditioned it was not what I had in mind. So I might have to work on that just a little bit harder. 8:47 in the morning. Charlie, see you later.
Yes.
There's always that
absolutely.
possibility.
Oh my God, you guys.
There's always that. No, it's one of no.
Same
it's-
place?
Yeah,
At the
probably.
spot?
Probably.
Everybody knows where to find me now.
It's I was surprised. I had to wait until you got it. I beat you to it yesterday, didn't I? 8:47 in the morning. He's going to take off from here. Real Joe's going to play some spots. I'll come back, and between he and I and Studements, I believe Studements from the University of Guam, come in to make a big plug for the big charter night that's coming up.
Welcome back to Nissan Guam Deal of the Year. Okay, we have 2 contestants left. Phil, Jasmine, are you ready? Let's go.
Phil, you get to decide which you want Nissan Guam to make. 3 months or 6 months of your car payments on your next new Nissan vehicle.
Both offers sound so good. Let's see. I'm going for the 6 months.
Great choice. And you too can get your own Deal of the Year. See Nissan Guam first today.
Are you or someone you love struggling with mental health or substance use and facing legal trouble? The Mental Health Court offers a second chance. Through treatment, support, and accountability, you can turn your life around. If you're ready to take that step, we are here to help you succeed. To learn more, visit guamcourts.gov. Mental Health Court. Hope, healing, a fresh start. This project was supported by grant number 15PBJA22GG03040MENT, awarded by the Bureau of Justice Assistance, a component of the Department of Justice's Office of Justice Programs. Points of view or opinions in the project are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official position or policies of the U.S. Department of Justice.
Hey, KKK got it 10 away from the top of the hour. Portions of this program made possible by Take Care. Oh, my God. I don't know if I can do all of the Charter Day. No, check this out. It starts, the day will begin at 5:30. They've got the Charter Day. They're starting, they got a 5K and a 2K on the 2nd. Yeah, 5:30 a.m. Until 6. Now, when is the actual Charter Day? It is the second. We'll find out. I'm just wondering. So if I'm there for the Charter Day thing, am I going to be able to stay awake all the way through and complete the mission of Blue Night? What's that? It's hard to find 93.3 The Point in the App Store, but I got her done. Now I need to figure out how to get my old radio to play it.
Way to go.
Bluetooth. If you got Bluetooth on your radio, you should be able to plug into it. They've also in the new update of the Apple iOS, at least the beta version. I think they might have put it in the general release version as well. There's supposed to be an update of the Apple Play capability. So if your car supports Apple Play, and oddly there are cars that are being sold now that don't. It's not in the entertainment center, but if yours does, then good news. You can get the stream, and once you've got that, then it's another cool way to listen to the broadcast and all of that kind of stuff. You can hear the stream all over the place and everywhere. And what will you hear in the stream? We got our own issues here, and I don't know what the numbers are, but the Hawaii Free Press, which publishes their Monday, our Tuesday, has got some eye-opening stories that for lack of any place else to put them, I might share with you now. So if you're going to Hawaii, and let's say you are talking to somebody and it looks like things might be going somewhere, your game is good. Before you go any place dark, go to a drugstore and get yourself a package of condominiums. Sexually transmitted infections more common in the state of Hawaii than the flu. The truth is the infections are very common. You just don't hear much about it, according to the Department of Health's Harm Reduction Services branch. Sounds like a great way to grow the government, doesn't it? We have the Health's Harm Reduction Services branch. The number of gonorrhea cases nearly doubled over the last 10 years. I'll say that again, because it's alarming. The number of gonorrhea cases in the state of Hawaii has nearly doubled over the last 10 years. The syphilis had peaked in 2023, and the number of chlamydia cases. Now, this is kind of alarming because of the numbers here. Gonorrhea is over 1,800. Syphilis is only around 300. But even one of those, you don't want to get anywhere near. Chlamydia is about 6,250 infections.
There you go. That's the clap, right?
It's been a long time since I've had to worry about things like that.
Scream for that.
We see more chlamydia diagnosed in young women than in men, and we see more gonorrhea cases diagnosed in men than we do in women. The rest of it, I kind of want to look at, and I don't know, because they're kind of super woke in Hawaii. And it's possible that, because they don't want anybody to suffer from a stigma. I don't know if they're reporting AIDS cases as a sexually transmitted disease.
No, that's gone, right?
AIDS?
It's safe now. The Holy Spirit will protect us.
Thank you very much. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. As I say, wrap that rascal. Is the old term from back in the days. 888-825-5888-TALK is a telephone number. I'd make a pitch about rolling in and checking, leaving comments on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. I just suspect that for you it might be dead stick right now because it's been on and off over the course of most of the morning. I've restarted the software, and it looks like, I don't want to say anything because I wouldn't want to jinx anything, but it looks like that might have been the culprit here. So I've got a new new version of the software running right now, and it seems to be more stable in the mix. So there's good news there. Fingers crossed that it will stay like that through the course of the morning, because I don't want you to miss the conversation about the Blue Night and the return of the Blue Night in Charter Day and Night at the University of Guam. I've got fond memories being a student at the University of Guam in the early 1980s. When I graduated from high school, I took I took a gap week in between summer school at Father Duenas and the beginning of my freshman year at the University of Guam, because I had to go to summer school for math. And as it turns out, I also had to go to remedial learning. I took the test. Yeah, they started giving kids tests in mathematics and English at the University of Guam a couple of years prior to that.
Those are the smart people, actually, Ray.
What's that?
Those are the smart people.
I
With high
passed,
potential.
Yeah, I passed the English
that just
one.
Get distracted.
But I didn't do very well on the math. But anyway, so I had to do that, and like I said, I had just finished up summer school at Father Duenas right in time for the orientation at the University of Guam. So I had just a few days of being able to goof off in what was the incredible summer of 1980, and then I got to the University of Guam, and then they started talking about, well, it's almost charter night. I'm like, what's that? And it's a celebration, a day-long, night-long celebration of the University of Guam and our anniversary of getting the charter from back in the day, and the upside of it was they would give student groups money. And the student council, or whatever the thing was, is if you were a bona fide student group, they would give you money so that you could build a hut, and you could host a hut at the University of Guam on Charter Day. And so we didn't really have an organization to be able to snag that UOG grant for our hut, so we made one up.
What? How? Where?
It was SMAC, which stood for Smokers and Drinkers in Action, or something along those lines.
Sounds like an NGO.
It was, yes, it was like an NGO, and we existed for all of a week, just long enough to sign up for the money, get the money, go to the store down the street and buy lots of beer, and I think somebody was in charge of getting some marijuana for medicinal purposes, and so we had, but we did fulfill our obligation and built a booth at the thing. We went out.
Yeah.
I went out with my buddies, and we went down to Marbo, and we got some tall tangin things and some leaves, and we wrapped the thing up in the hibiscus fiber, and it was a good thing Charter Day was only one day, because no way that thing would last in a heavy breeze. But that was the way we used to do it back in those days, and there'd be concerts and things like that in the quad, and all the kids that you'd see running around at the university that you weren't in their classes with, there was an opportunity for you to shake hands and say hello and ask about what program they were. That's why I stopped being a journalist, a journalism major, and started going to Judy Guthert's class.
There you go.
Yeah. Because
that's where all the girls are.
That's where, yes, exactly, Real Joe. That's where all the girls were, and a bunch of the girls that I knew a little bit from JFK that were in her class over there. So I did the add and drop thing, and found myself studying marketing for a little bit at the University of Guam as well. It's a fun time. I remember the smell of the highlighter pens. Anyway, 8:57 and change. A whole lot going on in my head. The governor. I haven't had a chance to talk about this, but it's kind of interesting to me. There was a little bit of this story on the governor's Facebook page yesterday, which I follow for laughs, and it is just what's the word? Is bodied, I think, is the new way to refer to it.
Oh my God!
When you put up a thing and you think it's like really, really good, and then all of a sudden the internet comes out. And they used to call it ratioing, where you'd think that you were going to get 90% positive comments, and then you put up with the 10% negative ones. But she got absolutely bodied, as I said, which is the new language that you use, where it was more like 1%, favorable comments from people that obviously are in the government somewhere, and looking for a little bit of brown nosing opportunities, and the rest of it was, oh my God, you really, seriously? And it had to do with this story here. The governor concludes the D.C. agenda telling the feds Pacific policy must reflect island realities. And so I guess the point is like there's all these things that are wrong that we want to right, but we want the military to do it for us. right? So we need a new hospital. Can you build us a new hospital and a complex? And we got infrastructure things that we need to worry about. Can you do that for us? Because otherwise we'll be frowny face about the continued presence of the American military on American soil. So there's that.
Make up your mind. Do you hate them or do you want them to buy his stuff?
Right. When policy recognizes geography, scale, and logistics, results follow. Soaring language, ladies and gentlemen, before the Joint Chiefs in Washington, D.C. Maybe I'll get to more of that particular story in just a little bit. I said charter school people coming in just a little bit. There's 8:59 and seconds away from the next round of Fox News. And honestly, I have no idea what they've been talking about today, so I might actually listen to this particular one along with you. KUSG again, you 93.3. That's us. We are The Point. Be right back.
Digging out. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. A historic blizzard leaves several cities buried in snow. Some communities in the busy Northeast experiencing record totals. Fox Weather's Katie Byrne on the frigid New Jersey shore.
Schools and offices are already starting to announce closures again across the region as we have at least 19 towns and cities with an official blizzard. That means they had at least 3 hours straight of visibility, less than a quarter mile, persistent winds in the 30s. We saw this already break a number of records in New England, especially in places like Providence, where this was officially the largest snowstorm ever. It beat a record set in 1978. They got 3 feet of snow in Providence. The last time here in New Jersey that the whole state was under a blizzard warning was back in 1996.
Power outages stretching from Virginia to Massachusetts. The FBI is leading the investigation. An armed 21-year-old man breaching the perimeter at Mar-a-Lago in South Florida. President Trump was not there at the time.
Fortunately, the president was here in Washington. He had hosted the governor's dinner just a few hours prior. And for someone of sound mind, that would have been pretty easy to figure out. But again, Mar-a-Lago is known as the winter White House for the weekends that the president spends there. Still a lot of piecing together to do when it comes to this suspect, identified as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin. Authorities say he was able to breach Mar-a-Lago's secure perimeter around 1:30 yesterday morning. He was allegedly armed with a recently purchased shotgun and a gas canister. He was quickly confronted by a sheriff's deputy and 2 Secret Service agents. Martin was shot and killed.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff in D.C. Nick Reiner pleading not guilty today in the killing of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. Authorities say the acclaimed director and his wife were found dead with stab wounds in their L.A. home in December. Nick was arrested hours later. Stocks taking a dive today. The Dow falling 822 points. The Nasdaq giving up 259. The S&P sank 72 points. America is listening to Fox News.
Did you know lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death in Guam? If you're age 50 to 80 and currently smoke, or you quit within the last 15 years, you might be eligible for GRMC's lung cancer screening. It's a simple low-dose CT scan which can detect lung cancer early when it's most treatable. Early detection can make all the difference in the fight against cancer. Call 671-645-5500, extension 4891, or visit grmc.gu to see if you qualify for this life-saving screening. Don't wait. Take action today. Lung cancer screening right here at GRMC.
Lent is about making better choices, so why not make a delicious one? Wendy's Crispy Fish is back for the season. Made with a quality pollock fish fillet, fried golden and full of flavor. Served as a warm toasted sandwich, or have a satisfying platter with fluffy rice and a fresh garden salad. It's a perfect Lenten meal that delivers, but it won't last forever. Available for a limited time only at Wendy's.
President Trump gearing up for his State of the Union address tomorrow night, but some Democratic lawmakers planning to leave their seat empty to rally with a former cable news host instead.
Some of the Democrats who are expected to skip the speech have already said they plan to attend a rally at the National Mall alongside former MSNBC host Joy Reid in an event that's sponsored by Midas Touch and Move On. Now, other Democrats who do plan to attend the speech are planning to bring victims and survivors associated with Jeffrey Epstein. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has already announced that 2 of the guests she's bringing to the speech tomorrow night are Minnesotans who are detained by ICE. All of this, of course, happening in the context of the ongoing DHS shutdown.
Fox's Bill Malushin on Capitol Hill. There, at least 73 people died in Mexico's attempt to capture a notorious drug cartel leader. Portions of Mexico going on lockdown following violence south of the border. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been in contact with Mexican leaders.
A senior official tells me Secretary Rubio is fully briefed up on what is going on the ground in Mexico. He has been in pretty continuous contact with the U.S. ambassador there. The Mexican government is revealing some information about how this operation to first locate El Mencho and then target him went down. The defense minister.
Through military intelligence work, we located a trusted person of one of El Mencho's romantic partners who transported her to a facility in the town of Tapalpa, Jalisco.
On scene, his fighters opened fire. El Mencho fled to nearby woods where special forces eventually found him in hiding. More fire was exchanged, in which he was then wounded.
Fox's Jillian Turner at the State Department. Former British ambassador to the U.S., Peter Mandelson, is under arrest in London. There's evidence in the Jeffrey Epstein files that Mandelson may have illegally shared inside government information. 72-year-old has had several positions in the British government. He was fired earlier. I'm Tom Graham, and this is Fox News.
Yo, Guam, it's going down at Ipoh Beach Park. The Hofaloa Concert Series 5 is back, and this time, J-Boog live on Island. March 6th, one night only. Big vibes, big energy, and all the island energy under the stars. If you've been waiting for a concert worthwhile, this is the one. Tickets available now at guamtime.net. Don't wait, these will sell out. J-Boog live at Ipoh Beach Park, March 6th. Aloha Part 5. Be there.
Nice to know ya. Let's do it again.
And welcome back to Nissan Guam Deal of the Year. Okay, we have two contestants left. Phil, Jasmine, are you ready? Let's go.
Phil, you get to decide which you want Nissan Guam to make. 3 months or 6 months of your car payments on your next new Nissan vehicle.
Both offers sound so good. Let's see. I'm going for the 6 months.
Great choice. And you too can get your own Deal of the Year. See Nissan Guam first today.
Kim Anderson from Security Title here, sharing an important tip about how you own your property. Do you know that there are several ways to hold title? You can be a sole owner, hold title as community property with your spouse, as joint tenants with rights of survivorship as tenants in common, or even through a trust or LLC. Each option impacts inheritance, control, and how your property can be transferred in the future. Your family attorney can help you determine what's best to avoid legal issues and protect your investment. And when you're ready to record, call the professionals at Security Title. We are here to help.
It's 6 after 9. Raymond Gibson Show portions brought to you by the guys over at APL American President Lines, a global presence with a local home.
Rediscover talk radio here. Your FM News Talk Superstation. This is The Point.
I want to know it all. I want to know everything. I want to be introduced to the sanctity of Charter Day and Night and all of the events that are going on around that. And so as a result of that and as an opportunity to help bang the drum a little bit more for our esteemed alumni at the University of Guam, we've got a couple of young, I was going to say professionals. We got a couple of students from the University of Guam in a studio. Do I have all three microphones on?
You do.
Let's go all the way live and then put all the ladies up on the screen here. I might do one of these things where instead of, because my ego is huge. So if you're watching this on the Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Point.gu, KOM TV, Rumble.com, and our all new X Stream, ladies and gentlemen, any screen, anytime, any speaker, anytime. You'll note that the Ray Gibson portion of the screen is mostly everything, right? So that's in line with my massive ego. But I might do one of these things where I actually put the camera on the guest in the studio, and I will introduce them thusly. Kiana is sitting in the Donna chair here this morning. Hi, Kiana. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you, Mr. Ray?
Never better. Never. I just saw my doctor on Saturday.
Saturday.
Literally, and he told me I was doing okay. He's looked at my blood work all of the. When you get old, you'll have appointments all the time.
But I'm very happy that you're okay.
I'm doing. I'm feeling kind of groovy here today. So, and Jenny's in the studio as well. Hi, Jenny. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Your face is familiar.
Oh, I do not know why.
Did you go to school with my daughter or something like that?
I did not.
Okay, so we'll start. We're back into the Charter Day stuff a little bit later on. In the meantime, I'd like to get to know a little bit more about you guys. So, Kiana, where are you from? What did you do? What school did you graduate from?
So I graduated from high school at John F. Kennedy, and then I went to the University of Guam. I actually graduated last semester with a Bachelor of Science in Public Administration, and I currently serve as the 64th Student Government Association President.
Scholar. Scholar. Wait,
I was actually the valedictorian last semester.
Oh my God! Why are you still here?
Oh well,
what are you doing at the university
I have a big passion for helping our students and the University of Guam community, and I'm taking a few courses in the Master of Public Administration program at the University of Guam.
That's Judy Guther's school, isn't it?
Yes, Dr. Guthert. Shout out Dr. Guthert.
I was just talking about how I started my time at the University of Guam in like 1980, and I was originally a journalism major because I thought that was I thought I was going to be in the news business for the rest of my life. So I went to school for journalism, and then a bunch of hotties that I knew from JFK. We're taking marketing, and so I dropped the journalism and I went into marketing. And one of the first things that you had to do, one of the prerequisites for the marketing class, was you had to take case study with Judy Guthertz. Is that still a class? You got to do case study and buy index cards and highlighters and stuff?
Well. I guess shout out to the communication program at the University of Guam, and they have different tracks from journalism to mass media and public relations.
Yeah.
But I don't think from the time that it was in 1980s to today, I don't think we normally would use like flashcards or use highlighters. I think we've shifted to a more, we use technology.
You use technology, iPads.
Of course, Mr. Ray, of course, we still study with flashcards. Some of us do, and I think we've just evolved in
the thing.
Yes.
So the other reason why I like to go to take classes over at what I refer to as the B wing, B ward at the University of Guam at the time was because that building was air conditioned. Okay, so
you called it a B wing?
Yeah, because B for business. There was an A building and a B building. You get buildings all over the place now, but back in those days, you had the student center, you had the administration offices, and there was a whole bunch of, as there still is now, the dean's circle. Those were converted into classrooms, but the rest of it was the A building, which was kind of fine artsy stuff, and then there was the B building, which was more the business side. And then of course it had math and sciences. That was kind of the new facility that was built up. And when I first started back in the olden days, there were still places there that were tin and wood back at the university.
Olden or golden?
Yes, a wonderful way that you put that. You are a public administration master. What's your story, Jenny? What's your background? How'd you get into find yourself a student at the university?
Oh, funny. I'm really flattered you think I'm a student at the OG. Those days are over, long over.
Really?
Yes, sir. I am a staff at the OG.
Oh, you're staff?
Yes,
Oh, my God.
I work as the administrative support specialist at the Trident Athletics and Fieldhouse Department.
Oh, my God.
Yes. So I did not graduate at the OG, unlike Kiana.
No.
I actually come all the way from Germany.
Get out of here.
Yes.
You look like you're from here.
Yeah, look like that.
Get that one. You look like a cruise or a Santos or something like that.
I'm half Filipina. So
that's okay.
That maybe works, right?
Yeah.
But
we're all children of the Spaniards.
Right. Born and raised in Germany. Went to high school. Graduated there. Business administration. Went all the way here.
So what exactly do you do at the Calvo Fieldhouse?
I'm the admin support specialist.
Admin support specialist.
Yes.
So that's your title. What do you do?
Yeah, what I do, I help to run the field house.
There's a point that's being made in the primer that they sent to me that it's the only athletic facility in all of Mangilau.
Basically, yes.
Basically, yeah. So tell me now. I'm not currently attending the University of Guam. I keep threatening to every once in a while. I'm threatening to go because I'm over 55, so it's free, right? All I got to do is pay for the fees and things like that. It's just that I don't think you guys want me lurking around, with young people. I might corrupt them one way or the other. But anyway, so I keep thinking about going back there, and one of the reasons why I'm thinking about taking a class at the university is so I can get the student ID, and once I got the student ID, I can go work out in the gym
for free,
for nothing, right?
Correct. Besides our big main arena in the field house where we host a lot of athletic events and even non-athletic events.
Big weekend for you coming up. We got the FIBA, the
we
basketball
have the FIBA
guys.
this Thursday and Sunday, so we are currently prepping for that. We have a lot of, actually our schedule is pretty packed till the summer.
Yeah.
So we're really grateful for that, of course, keeps us busy. Besides that, of course, we offer the Triton Fitness Center in the Fieldhouse facility.
Thank you, Benny Crawford. Benny Crawford was one of the first administrators at the UOG Fieldhouse, which was under construction when I was a student there. But obviously, since they've opened, Kenny Loggins has performed there, Miami Sound Machine, Quiet Riot, and the big basketball is, as I'm pointing out, coming up in the next couple of days. The game against the Philippines.
Yes.
Were you there?
Yes, I was there.
Oh my God! Which side were you cheering on?
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I was sitting on the Philippines side.
On the Philippines side. It's okay.
That was not my choice.
But it was awesome. You don't get to see that
great.
very. You know what we need to get? What's the name of the girl? Ariel, the Filipina tennis star?
Oh, what's her name? Alex Earl?
Yes. We got to find a way to get her out here.
I know, right?
She is awesome. A great tennis player, number one.
It's so
but
fun to follow
super
her.
Pinay. And I was remarking yesterday because the subject came up for some random reason. But I thought it was cool. They had interviewed her after the match in Dubai, and so her first comments were in Tagalog. And then she translated it for everybody else, which everybody read into the fact that she's uber Pinay and wants to speak in her own language to her own people first. And yes, I'll translate this. I'll throw some Taglish in there so you can play along with that. So you speak Tagalog at all?
I do. Yes, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet. Okay, got it. We'll just spend more time. Anyway, so Jenny is here in the studio. Kiana's here in the studio. We're supposed to be talking about Charter Day at the University of Guam. Prior to the newscast, I was talking about how I was involved in Charter Day. We'd set up I don't know if you still do it the same way, but student organizations were given grant money to be able to go and pick up whatever they needed so that they could have a booth. In the quad somewhere in the green space at the University of Guam. Naturally, me and my friends took all of that money. We bought beer and marijuana with it because it was those days.
Oh,
Lord. And they didn't audit. There was no audits back in those days. We had a pretty groovy president once upon a time. She was a terrific lady. But that was the way we approached it. We knew it was going to be a big day. We knew they're going to be bringing in high school seniors from around Guam, and there was going to be a whole lot of teachers and family and all of that stuff floating around there. So we made the best of what was the day, and then it turned into the night. And I don't know if we called it Blue Night back then. I don't know if we
What did
had
you
it.
guys call it
That
back then?
was just it was like the night, Charter Night, right?
Charter Night. Yeah,
it was, and so it was for us. It was also kind of a cultural magic moment because we were it's the University of Guam. We were all kids from all kinds of places, all around Micronesia. The Palauans and the Yappies and the Chukis, all of the Micronesian communities of students were there, and they'd get up there in their native costumes, and there would be performances, and we have concerts and all kinds of stuff, and wet T-shirt deals, and because again, it was back in those days.
Shirt?
Yeah, I heard that.
What's that?
What's a wet shirt?
Wet T-shirt?
Yeah, what's a wet T-shirt?
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I heard that story yesterday. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Oh my God! I was gonna introduce you to a movie called The Deep from 1975 or 1976. Lou Gossett was in it, right? And a big moray eel, and Jacqueline Bissett, and she wore a white tank top with her scuba gear, and it got wet and transparent, which which was maybe the only reason why anybody went to go watch that movie. Anyway, so 9/18. So Charter Day is coming up, and so I know you've got to give me the drill in the basics as we often do. But what the charter of what, the chartering, and what's the heavy duty behind this? Why is it so big?
So this year it's the 58th Charter Day, right? And this year's theme is UOG Rising a New Era of Growth, Service, and Impact. And, like other charter days, but this one's, I would say, bigger than the other charter days. I'm always going to say that every year. But we have over 40 booths, 40 vendors, food trucks. We also have live performances, and then we also have SGA's annual hut competition going on in the center courtyard. Now, that's for...
Audit the groups. Audit to find out where the money went.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we need receipts here.
But that's all happening in the center courtyard. That's where the festivities are, in the center courtyard. But we are maximizing our spaces and the facilities. As you know, Mr. Ray, we opened up the Dr. Lucio C. Tan Student Success Center. Thanks for attending, by the way. So they're also going to be having some student organization booths, some department booths inside the rotunda, inside the Dr. Lucio C. Tan Student Success Center. That's going to be going on concurrently. And then we also have other activities that our schools, colleges, and departments are going to be hosting in their respective spaces and facilities. So we are maximizing, our spaces again.
Even there's an agricultural building overlooking the Marine Lab, and then the Dean Circle area. And last time I was there for the Tomodachi race that the Japan Club put together.
Yes.
So much fun.
Yes,
and what was interesting was having to was the route that they took us into the Dean Circle area, and not much has changed at Dean Circle. But a lot has changed at Dean Circle. I think the only thing that is still there from when I was a student and my recent travels through is the road. The road. But there's a lot of new buildings, a lot of construction that's taking place out there. Will there be some other openings of facilities at Dean Circle that you're aware of?
Yes. So actually, we not only opened the Student Success Center, we also had the ribbon cutting ceremony for the School of Engineering. So I'm, as the SGA president, I'm very, very happy for our engineering students and prospective students that are wanting to pursue, an engineering degree at the University of Guam.
What a great start on that engineering degree, and we can thank my Uncle Robert. That was one of his brainchilds, and I'm sure he's delighted to know that there are students now that have a place there on the campus to begin that engineering journey.
Yeah, I mean, also shout out to President Dr. Underwood. Also shout out to the dean. It's very difficult for me to say his full name, but I'm gonna try it out. I think Hiroshan Hidorachi, but nonetheless, he's done great. He's done such an amazing job with the engineering program, and also for the students, right? The students have been very patient, and the opening, and now they have a space for them to. Not saying that they've never had a space, but now they have a space dedicated fully to their program.
So I'm excited about that for a lot of reasons, but one of them is that we can keep our kids here longer.
For sure.
And so,
the talent
they keep the talent here, get them the education that they need, and maybe we can turn that into some high-paying careers that they can have, and stand as inspiration to other students that are going, oh, I've got to go to the mainland in order to get an engineering degree. I've got to do this in order to get that, and the answer is less and less anymore. There are, and it's affordable still. There are ways that you can get the degree that you need here on Guam, and then join the workforce, join the business community, and it's it's kind of interesting to me. Of all of the people that I know that have gone off island and gotten degrees, I probably know more that have gotten their degrees from the University of Guam and have been able to turn that into lifelong careers here.
And also, I mean, since we're on the topic of engineering, the School of Engineering, they also recently they passed, and then I want to thank the Board of Regents and the Board of Regents and the administration at the University of Guam for their leadership and their guidance. And they recently passed that they are now opening a a new bachelor's or a new program and the School of Engineering, and it's the Bachelor of Science in Construction Management. That's going to be part of School of Engineering. So again, shout out to our administration.
But that's a destination. It's a destination career in and of itself.
Yep.
And there's a lot of it that needs to get done here on Guam. There's a lab that's that is under construction right now, just before you get to the actual campus. I think it's a public health lab that is being built out there. Is there a connection between public health and the University of Guam and nursing or whatever programs?
So the 4 buildings that the two buildings left that are underway and waiting for it to be opened is the Weary Research Center and then the nursing annex. So direct contributions to the success of the
Weary's been around for a long, long time. I'm happy drinking the water at the house because I know that it needs to get tested from GWA, and it's got to go through Weary for another look. And as I said, we've among the big demands that we have here, and I think it's a great program. It's just really hard to get into because you got to be super smart. The nursing program at the university, there's a limited number of chairs, and so don't even talk to me unless you've got 4 point something on your GPA.
Yeah, I mean the nursing program, they're great. Dean Yvette Paulino is a great dean. Very prestigious program and prestigious school. It's the nursing program is actually under School of Health. The full name is Margaret Perez Hattori Uchima School of Health.
Yes.
To pay the respects of the late Margaret Perez Hattori Uchima.
But you've done your homework at the University of Guam.
I eat,
like everything.
breathe, pray, love Triton. Like
Nice.
Mr. Ray, I know it. I know it all. And I have so much love for the University of Guam. So anything that you can ask me, I probably know the answer.
That is awesome. So what's for lunch at the cafeteria today?
So currently we are...
They have, right? There is?
Yes, so we do have a dining hall facility at the new Student Success Center. But as we wait for our vendors to settle into the dining hall, we still have some great vendors that are they're there, and it's Cafe Serena, and we also have Crosswalk Cafe.
Okay.
Crosswalk Cafe, they serve like the is it the northern part? But then I guess the northern part of the university, that's where the College of Natural and Applied Sciences students, School of Health, HSS, and the EC building, so that they cater to those students. And so students don't need to walk across. And then we have the Cafe Serena that serves the School of Business and Public Administration and also the School of Education students.
Down on that side of the campus.
But I like food, so I'm willing to travel to Crosswalk
from one to the other,
and then
right?
run one to the other. But as we wait for the vendors to come and settle down into the dining hall and the Student Success Center, then that's the 2 vendors that we currently have, and they're great.
Is there still a post office on the campus?
Yes, there is a post office. That is located in the Dean Circle. So when you're coming,
They moved it then from the old student center.
Yes, correct. Because of like them rebuilding the Student Success Center, they moved it to the post office.
UOG station, and that was a great convenience when I was a student there, because I just get the envelope, hand it to somebody, they put a stamp on it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I guess there might be a couple of other questions, and I want to get back to the Charter Day conversation because that's why you're here, and then we'll talk about a couple of things that are going on. Will they be relaxing the rather stringent rule about smoking and drinking on campus for Charter Day?
Oh, we are a dry campus. And no smoking, absolutely zero tolerance of alcohol. No smoking, no vaping, no tobacco.
But it's Charter Night. How can you have Blue Night fun if you don't have a couple of beers?
I think we are still able to have a lot of fun and, deliver as we've always been through these years.
Scholar again.
Years. We've been delivering, executing, and again, I want to make a shout out to the entire University of Guam community for always pulling through and executing, and a very special shout out to my team, my council, the 64th Student Government Association, for all of their hard work in the center courtyard festivities that are happening for Charter Day. But nonetheless, everybody is working together, right? We cannot make things happen without you know, with just relying on one group.
So you don't know what kind of car I drive, right?
Can
Okay,
I
good.
guess?
Okay, so I'm just saying, if I'm going to be there, there's likely to be a cooler somewhere that I might be able to duck back into and get my refreshments on. 9:28. In addition to Charter Day, there's going to be a 2K 5K that's taking place on Monday. Jenny's going to tell me more about that. My buddy Manny Hechanova, who's also another huge University of Guam. It's in his blood as well, and he's got the radio waves from Dean Circle when he was doing that for a long time as well. But anyway, so Manny and Richard and the guys are going to put together a 2K 5K on Monday.
Yes, so we are collaborating with Guam Running Club. We are starting off our Charter Day festivities with the 2K 5K on campus. So showtime will be 5:30. The go time is 6. We did have 5Ks in the past. We took a little break from it the last years. So we're bringing it back this year and bringing back the very infamous 5K route, which will include the Marine Lab Hill.
You know, hills. Runners eat hills for breakfast, and hills build runners.
And for all my walkers and the ones that don't want to do the hill, I get it. We have a 2K, and that's a really easy one. That's on campus also. It goes into Dean Circle, Small Circle, and right back. And we are very excited to host this, to start it off again. We are having this 5K as a fundraiser to get more student scholarships, as well as, you know how the Trident Fitness Center is? We want to replace our equipment over there. Over the past years, they were used a lot by our students.
Well, yeah, and the beginnings, it was all kind of out in a green, in a breezeway.
True.
So for all intents and purposes, it was an outdoor gym.
So so we're working on getting that revived, and that's why we're doing one of these fundraisers, you know, to get it going. We are very excited for that.
There's a pro, you know, we're talking about mileage and going up and down hills, but I'm reminded now in my head, I recently attended a get-together among some friends of the University of Guam, and one of the things that we were talking about was this last mile program, and how there are students at the university that, you know, they're in the programs, they're this close to graduation, except life hit them with something. Somebody got sick, maybe somebody had a baby, maybe, you know, somebody left or whatever, and they just don't have the financial wherewithal to be able to finish the program. And so there's a group of donors out there that have put together something like a scholarship, where, you know, if you can demonstrate the need, then they'll find ways to get you the money that you need for those last handful of credits that you need before graduation. So last mile program, I don't know if they're going to have a booth or anything for information, or if anybody's going to be down there, but my friend Pat Fury was instrumental in putting this together at the university, and I take every advantage that I have, every opportunity I have to talk about it, because I think it's a great program for people that are right there at the edge that just don't have the money for it right now. And we're not talking about big dough in a lot of cases.
Yeah, shout out to your friend. His name was Matt.
Her name is Pat Fury. Big shot in the real estate business from back in the day.
Yeah, big shout out to Miss Pat and all of our amazing, generous donors. And what Miss Jenny said earlier, like the proceeds, it's very important for all of us, right? And the proceeds go towards, half of it will be to be creating more student scholarships, and the other half will to be upgrading the new Triton Fitness Center equipment, right? And I think my goal is, you know, kind of harping on the last mile scholarship. That's a very, very great initiative, and it helps students who were just right there, as you've mentioned, and, you know, they just need a little assistance to get them to the finish line, right? And I think with the student scholarships, I think as the SGA president, I want to kind of cater or create more maybe graduate student scholarships, and then one for non-traditional students, and then Triton athletes, of course, you know, Triton athlete scholarships, and, you know, it's something that I'm very passionate about. This is going to be my last term in SGA, and I want to make sure that you know, I'm helping the University of Guam with all of what is left in me, and I.
Do you have like a job? Do you have a job? Do you work someplace? Or?
Yes, I do. I currently work at a law firm, but I'm able to manage my time, right? It's all about matter of priorities. And so far, I want to give a big shout out to my partner over here, Miss Jenny, and Miss Janae at the University of Guam Endowment Foundation.
Our primary contact,
Yes, and then, of course, all the administrators, again, one more time, the leadership at UOG. Shout out to Mark Mendiola, shout out to Jonas Macapinlac, everybody who's like all hands on deck on Charter Day, the 2K, 5K. So it would not be possible without any of their work. And that's coming from me, not only as a SGA president, but as an alumni and a current student.
I can't get over it. I think there's something special about a facility that is a someplace of higher learning, and being able to create such an incredible bond with somebody even after graduation. You're still there helping and serving. 9:34 in the morning. I feel like we haven't gotten to everything. So in the time that we've got left, so 2K, 5K Monday showtime 5:30. Go time going to be at 6 o'clock. Fast runners will be done in about 20 minutes, and slow guys like me in about a half hour plus. But go out there and support. Pay the race day fee. It'll probably be a little bit extra, but that's okay. That just means more money for the university and so when is actual Charter Day?
Charter Day is scheduled for March 5, 2026. The 2K, 5K, we kick it off with the 2K, 5K.
We will continue on March 4. We will bring back Battle of the Bands for Blue Night at the Field House. We're very excited for that. So we hope we have a lot of vendors and booths inside the Field House.
Shout out to the advancement office.
So we are hoping for a lot of people to show up. I think it's going to be great with the battles. Like, everyone has been eager to bring that back, and we're very excited actually that they are coming back, and they brought it back to life.
Who's doing the sound?
It was I'm not too sure.
I think it's
Jeff Jams?
He is unable to do it that day because of booking and stuff. I think he has another event, but we do have the sounds coming out of AAMPS.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yes, so they'll be doing the sound and AV services.
Yes, absolutely vital that we have all of it. Will it be multimedia? Because you were talking to me about technology and you're holding the phone rigidly here, so I'm assuming that there will be some multimedia aspect to this, maybe some sound and lights, and will there be fireworks and drones? Do you know?
It's going to be massive. I'm very excited to attend, Blue Night, Battle of the Bands, and just attend it and just being able to watch all of the talent that we have on Guam.
Oh, it's incredible. And some of them are going to be students at the University of Guam as well. The other part is, so this is all-day thing. Once the campus opens up for business on the 4th, Wednesday night Wednesday is going to be Charter Day. And so people can start attending the Charter Day festivities first thing in the morning?
Yes. So just to clarify, March 4 is Blue Night, Battle of the Bands. And then the next day will be Charter Day, and Charter Day starts at 9 a.m. and it will run all the way to 4 p.m.
Okay, so 9 to 4, as usual, the campus is going to be open. There'll be tours. You've got all the booths and the huts that are going to be set up everywhere.
Yes.
And virtually every door will be open for somebody to peek through and go, oh, that's what happens here. The tour that you cannot miss, Fine Arts Building. See if you can get somebody to open the doors to where they keep the kilns for pottery. And have you ever been in there?
I've been in there, yes.
Yeah, you've seen all of the artwork on the shelves filled with all of these potteries that people have done over the years, and I'm sitting there going, you could sell that. People will buy that because there's some great work that's been done there, and students will do their projects and they'll go up on the wall and nobody ever sees it. So if you get a chance, see if you can stick your head in that part of the Fine Arts Building, and then maybe you can make an offer to somebody and take some of that artwork home. I'm serious. I think the university could make some serious money with that. Absolutely. Give that a shot. Students from around Guam, high school students, middle school students in attendance as well, they're going to get bussed in?
Yes. I think there's a total of about 1,500 plus students from all different high schools, middle schools, charter schools, every school that will be visiting during Charter Day. And, I think it is my hope that we also encourage them to visit Blue Night and also register for the 2K, 5K as well.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you want middle schoolers at Blue Night, so that might have, but just, the high school.
Open to all.
I know, yeah, it's open to
free
everybody.
admission.
But there was reasons why it was called Blue Night.
But this year we're there for music and for the band.
Yep, just you know what? Boys will be boys and girls will be girls as well. 9:38 in the morning. They're sponsors. They're sponsors for everything. You guys, I mean, it's great that the university is throwing this party. Nothing happens on its own. So if there's people that you would like to thank on the radio, now would be the appropriate time.
So for our 2K, we are very, very grateful for our sponsors, especially for our gold sponsors that are ISC, International Sports Center, ADA Trust and Investment, the Guam Army National Guard, as well as Triple J 5-Star Wholesale Foods, Cars Plus, Cherry Media Vision, Coast 360, Trivision, Foremost, and Coca-Cola, Bank of Guam, and Thrive. For our silver, we are very thankful for Buddy's Home Furnishings, McDonald's of Guam, Micronesia Mall, Graphics Center, and Island Color and Copy. And lastly, but still great, our bronze, really, really appreciate everything. Our bronze sponsors, Take Care of Asia, Asia Pacific, and Black Constructions.
Whoop, whoop.
We are very, very thankful. We have received so many in-kind donations as well. So we will have raffle prizes after the race.
Excellent.
So, and for all our golden, silver, and bronze sponsors, we are very, very thankful for their support they're showing us and showing the students especially. And their mission.
Well, because many of them are beneficiaries of the University of Guam. I recognize those names, and many graduates of the University of Guam work in those places. So it's important that we go back into where the growth is and provide opportunities for these kids and get to know them a little bit better. I'm glad I got to get to know you guys, Kiana. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure meeting you, Jenny. It's a pleasure meeting you as well. And so I'm going to try to figure out which day. I cannot do the 5K because I'm going to be on the radio here, but we'll continue to support you.
But you can buy bibs and give them away.
Are you sure?
There's a group discount for 4 bibs.
You can give it away online.
And then just give it away.
Yeah. You're in sales, Janae.
Oh yes, I come from sales, sir.
Yes, Janae. We need to establish a connection here between some bibs and giveaways on the radio. Might be able to accomplish that. And then the other thing is, was there anything else that I need to bring? No. I think we've got all of that stuff wrapped up. Tell you what, it's 9:40 in the morning. I'm going to take a news break here, find out what they're talking about over at KUAM, maybe a couple of spots. And while that's happening, I'm going to do some selfies, or it didn't happen. Ray Gibson Show will continue after all of this stuff and news from KUAM.
Buenas and Hafari Guam, I'm Jungan Charfris. Here's a look at 3 stories you need to know for Tuesday, February 24th. For the first time in 3 years, there is real momentum toward reopening the Jigo Raceway. A new lease could put the track back into the hands of the local motorsports community. But the big question remains, can they afford it? The Guam Motorsports Association says while $10,000 a month is a tall order, they're willing to get creative to get car culture back on track. Itsuki Hirayama has more on what comes next. You can watch it right now on our KUAM News YouTube channel. Long-standing grievances surrounding the need for a new Simon Sanchez High School were front and center during Thursday's education town hall meeting at John F. Kennedy High School. Generations of sharks expressing just how heavy the weight of enduring double sessions, displacement, and an abnormal high school experience is. Destiny Cruz Angus has that story. You can watch it right now on our KUAM News Facebook page. In Agata, Johnson Middle School has earned an A rating in its latest public health school building inspection, a major improvement from its previous score of 28C to an outstanding 10A. The Guam Department of Education announced the achievement, highlighting the school's measurable progress in maintaining a safe, clean, and supportive learning environment for students. Built in 1966 and one of Guam's largest middle schools, Agata has served generations of students. School leaders say the improvement reflects months of teamwork and collaboration among faculty, staff, students, district facilities, personnel, and community partners who work to address prior inspection findings and elevate campus standards. Principal Agnes Guerrero credited the entire school community for the accomplishment, thanking teachers, staff, parents, students, the GDOE HADSA facilities and maintenance crew, and government and community partners for their continued support. Deputy Superintendent Julie Ujoa Heath added the jump from a C to an A demonstrates strong leadership, accountability, and a shared commitment to providing a healthy environment where students can thrive. Biba Pirates. For these stories and more, go to KUAM.com. You can also watch our news stream on our YouTube channel or Facebook page. And for the latest updates, go to KUAM News on Instagram. Jonah Charfus, KUAM News.
Bundle smarter, work better. When you're running a business, every decision counts. Now's your chance to make one that gives you more. For a limited time, get hybrid fiber internet up to 1 gig for as low as $125 a month. Plus, get up to 6 months of free internet and free Samsung Galaxy earbuds when you bundle with Docomo Pacific. Ready to get started? Try our free bundles calculator by visiting info.docomopacific.com/radio25. While supplies last, some conditions apply.
Will do. Ray Gibson Show at 9:43. Portions brought to you by Guam Regional Medical City. They are your healthcare partners. Man, they had the AI bust and hump on this press release here from the governor's office. Basically, Washington, D.C., meeting with the Secretary of the Interior. We've got a bunch of other folks, White House officials at the 2026 Interagency Group on Insular Areas, and a plenary session that they had there. As press release goes on, says the governor emphasized that Guam's partnership with the Department of Interior's Office of Insular and International Affairs has evolved into one built on transparency, technical empowerment, and measurable results. Sorry, are you feeling it? You getting that? You getting that lift?
I felt that.
The soaring language here. When policy recognizes geography, scale, and logistics, results follow, she said. Island jurisdictions cannot be treated as an afterthought in systems designed for the continental United States. Blah, 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 blah. The governor stressed that federal-territorial relations must continue to mature beyond accommodation toward durable alignment where infrastructure, healthcare, workforce policy, and environmental protections are calibrated to the operational realities of the Pacific. Guam's strategic role in the region demands policy precision. Love that phrase. This alliteration, AI loves that. Policy precision. Distance, supply chains, and surge capacity are not abstract concepts for us. They are daily governing realities. We are prepared to continue this work with urgency and discipline. Federal partnership succeeds when it is built on clarity, respect, and measurable outcomes. Guam remains committed to strengthening the institutional partnership to ensure federal decision-making reflects the lived experience of island communities and supports long-term resilience, accountability, and modernization. And I gotta say, I don't, these guys that write all this stuff, or the AI that writes it, it makes it, I always feel like the prompt begins with, I'm running for student council president, and I want make me a speech about this, and this, include that, and the other, and use alliteration like policy precision and things like that. I get it. It has the feel, though, like our hands are out again, as usual. And all of the things that I say we like I'm at Adeloop, that we had the ability to do before, the can do, we just didn't do it well. Now we're going to ask the federal government in the form of the Department of War to backfill on our behalf. Hey, we need a new hospital. I mean, can you just build it for us? And then hand us the keys, and then don't bother us anymore. I think the military and the Department of Insular Affairs may be looking at maybe systems that they've got to take care of their concerns, and we should be able to take care of our own deals, fix our own bed in the morning. At least that's the way I feel. I mean, obviously, we are already experiencing significant amounts of federal dollars that find their way into the territory. Sometimes we ask for it, sometimes we don't. It just seems to me that there's more that needs to be done around here, other than asking for another handout from Uncle Fed. At any rate, it is what it is, and we'll watch and see how successful working with the Department of Interior is on those asks from the governor. as opposed to other times we've gone to the Department of Interior and asked for a little bit of nudge. You remember all those years with compact impact and complaining, going back all the way to the what's his name, Clinton era, where I think it was. What's their name? Former Senator Leon Guerrero that wanted to take the federal government to task via the streams over at the Department of the Interior in order to see if we can get duly compensated for the impact of migration to Guam that was promised in the original Compacts of Free Association, et cetera. And I don't think we've ever been successful with that. In fact, it was Joe Biden that finally pulled the rug under us and said, "Now we're not going to be bothering with any of that stuff." And so we're not going to give you the compact impact money. It was never enough to begin with, and now they've taken that away. But the good news is that the government of Guam is doing okay when it comes to revenue. In fact, they've outpaced the projections. Now, we spent a little bit of time with Chris Duenas earlier in the broadcast today, and he was talking about that. And all, I appreciate the explanation that he gave, but I'm still kind of fuzzy on just how we're doing in the government of Guam when it comes to being able to make money and pay our bills. I know that we're, for the most part, easy to cover the payroll, but all the other stuff that we need, I don't know, ambulances and fire engines and police cars for the blossoming number of police that we ought to be having around here. I worry that we might not have all the dough that we need to get all of that stuff done. So that continues to make for interesting conversations about, okay, just as a note, how are we doing here? I did want to do a shout out to there it is, a graduating class of 20 new firefighters. We got 20 new firefighters, but they're not on the public side. The Joint Region Marianas is offering their congratulations and welcoming their 20 new firefighters joining the ranks of the JRM Fire and Emergency Services. They had a big get-together at the Riga last month, and they got all kinds of different skills in there: CPR, emergency vehicle operations, firefighting, obviously, hazardous materials awareness training, and things like that. Do they still do that, Joe? Do you know our friends over in the Guam Fire Department, do they still do that thing where they put all of the equipment on and then they climb the stairs at the Bank of Guam?
Oh, yeah.
That used to be a thing. That used to be one of my favorite days.
Carry the hose all the way up there.
Yes, all of that.
Forget that.
Oh,
bro.
no, yeah. But hey,
that's not easy.
But bro, this is a federal gig, right?
Yeah.
So welcome.
That's a good benefit.
Welcome to the family here, guys. And it looks like, a cadre of young men from Guam that are now bona fide fire department dudes with the Joint Region. And it's not as though they don't help out. Whenever, we get stuck and the ambulances are otherwise being occupied, they'll make a telephone call out and bring these guys in and have them help out. A couple other stories that I was messing around with this morning. A painting in a bathroom missing for a decade, and as it turns out, it's worth something ridiculous, like, I don't know, several thousands of dollars. I might share that with you a little bit later on. This was the story that I was kind of looking for earlier from Hawaii Free Press. It's kind of long in the telling. It goes a couple of pages, and I would encourage you to go to Hawaii Free Press and look it up. It asked the question, is Hawaii being left behind? And I know you're listening going, okay, Ray, we don't care about Hawaii. This is Guam, and we've got our own situations here, our own situationships that we've got to deal with. But this is kind of interesting to me, and at least the first part, and see how much of this, and it'll get you to go to the Hawaii Free Press to download your copy of it or print it out, but how much of this feels like Guam? How much of this, you take the word Hawaii out and then replace that with Guam, and how much of that feels like, yeah, we're kind of going through the same thing around here. Across the United States, a number of regions that once thrived have struggled to adapt as their economies have changed. These, quote, left behind places, left behind, share a common pattern. A dominant industry stops growing. I can stop there, can't I? I can stop right there. A dominant industry has stopped growing. In fact, ours is going backwards. And I know that the folks over at GVB are saying, no, we got the wind at our back, Ray. Remember the numbers. I do. I remember the numbers. But the fact remains is that we're not keeping pace and recovering as fast as some other places have. Anyway, so the dominant industry stops growing, productivity stalls, and incomes stagnate. Income stagnate. The local economy doesn't necessarily collapse. It simply fails to keep pace as the rest of the country moves ahead. Florida, Texas. Leaving residents with declining relative living standards and frustration with their economic situations. Over time, these conditions fuel what scholars call the geography of discontent and the revenge of the left behind places, communities where the mix of slow growth and fading opportunities translate into declining civic trust. As I said, feel familiar? Sharper political polarization and growing skepticism toward economic development itself. These dynamics often reinforce themselves when growth stalls, public investment erodes, private confidence weakens, making it harder for regions to adapt. At the same time, frustration can fuel political reactions that undermine the very institutions needed to support the recovery. Slowing growth, further amplifying the sense that opportunity lies elsewhere. In other words, without careful intervention, it could get worse. Frustration can fuel political reactions that undermine the very institutions needed to support recovery. I'm going to toss GVB in there. When I was done with the interview with GVB, there were two sets of comments. Set number one, hey, thanks for putting her on the air. We needed to hear from Regine Biscoli. We needed to hear from the folks at GVB about what was going on. The other one was, I don't believe a word of it. It's all AI. It's all just fluff. That's what we're talking about here. And to that, my response is, there needs to be, I don't care whether you're happy with it, but there needs to be a GVB. There needs to be year-round people there, like Nadine and Regina and all kinds of other folks at AJ, all kinds of other people over at the Guam Visitors Bureau. That's the fire that they watch every day. It would be worse if we didn't have them. So we cannot politically and via our frustrations undermine the work. It is in none of our best interests to watch them fail. That was a point that I'm making here because the hospitality is that important. Jerry Roberts and I, well, we didn't have the conversation on the air. We did have the conversation over lunch at Turay the other day. What do we know about Turay?
Cameras everywhere.
Everywhere. And
great food.
Based on the hotties that I've seen there, my favorite, it's just, I'll get back to the thing in a second. I'll get back to the lecture in a second. My favorite is they've got a bagel BLT. Yes.
Yeah.
And the point about the bagel BLT that I really, really enjoyed is they let me hack that. I'm not big on bagels. Just give me some square American bakery bread, right? And so that's the one I get. So toast that up a little bit, put all the healthy stuff in there, and the egg and the bacon, and that's what makes me happy. That and some coffee is good. But anyway, so where was I? I was going to finish the thing up. The article, like I said, it goes a couple of pages and then, keys in on their issue, their primary industry in Hawaii. A long boom followed by 3 decades of stagnation. And then I'm going to look at the thing. I haven't read the whole thing. And I'm hoping that it has something like a solution other than Hawaii got left behind. I hope there's a solution other than Guam is getting left behind. Because we cannot. The point of the conversation that Jerry and I had was there was a time where we get together and proclaim Guam is good. And we have one leg of our economy with the military. We have another leg of the economy that is tourism. And we need a third leg. We need a third leg, another industry that we might be able to foster here on Guam that will provide the growth and the opportunity if something happens with the other two. And here we are in 2026. We have we
Not
have
a leg to stand on.
Kind of, sort of. Well, we got the military, and when we're done with all of the big money in construction and assembly here, we'll be left with largely maintenance jobs. So learn about HVAC and learn about being a generator kuya, and being able to maintain facilities and things like that. There will be markets for people with those skills. I don't know if they're the high paying skills, but we'll have plumbers and things like that. We'll have jobs into perpetuity, and so that's what's going to happen when we don't have all the big money floating in and all these massive projects that the activists are trying to get rid of by hating on the military and Uncle Sam. And then we got the hospitals. So it's like a leg and a half, if you will, a leg and a half, or maybe if you take both of them after the construction state, we'll have, between hospitality and the military, maybe that will be an leg. And is that going to be enough to support the dreams and the wishes of all of the people of Guam? I'll read the rest of the article, but do me a favor and go to the Hawaii Free Press and download a copy of it so that you and I can play along with the thing. A couple of days from now, I think Thursday, unless her flights get canceled again, we'll have Perla in the studio, and Perla is going to talk to us about women in aviation, and it's a concept that have been in love with for a while. If my vision was good, if I had decent vision when I graduated from high school, there's a pretty good chance I would have gone into aviation. That's one of the things that I wanted to do when I was a 17-year-old, 18-year-old lad, fresh out of high school. I wanted to go and get into aviation school. Primarily, I wanted to fly helicopters because I thought I watched too many Vietnam movies, and I was very it felt like it felt very romantic and adventurous to be a helicopter jockey. But I had lousy eyes, so I couldn't get into that. But it's not as though I haven't been paying attention. I've got Microsoft. I've got the old Microsoft Pilot program on the old computer that I'm messing around with, and so the idea that if my daughter gets tired of doing therapy, that maybe one of these days she might find herself in aviation, like my sister Mana's a flight attendant now, but I know too many other women from Guam that have gotten jobs in the pointy end of the airplane, in the front part, in the left chair, flying them around, and then you got people in mechanics, and you got people in the part where we got shipments that fly by air. Lots of opportunities for women. We'll talk about that in a couple of days. Right now, we got to jump into headline news with Fox on KUSG. Agania. This is The Point.
2026 officially rewriting the history books for Rhode Island. At 1 p.m. today, the National Weather Service confirmed the snow at Rhode Island's T.F. Green International Airport reached a staggering 32.8 inches. The total officially breaks a long-standing